1.41% profit, trading Forex in what turned out to be a very short London session. Please remember to hit subscribe, and if you click on the bell you get notifications as and when I post these videos. Let's get straight over to the charts. So just sat down in front of the charts doing the 20-second trade plan. That's all we do at the Price Action Traders Institute. And flicking through these charts, seeing an entry point immediately on the Australian dollar, US dollar. The time is 5 to 7 in the morning London time. Here in Thailand it's 5 to 2 in the afternoon. So I've seen this entry, got in at 0.4 as price pulled back into that area, taken this long, and I'll be looking for price to push up through that 20 level. And for now I'll put my take profit up close to that 50 there, just slightly below that 50 level. And that's it. There's nothing else to do at the moment, just flicking through these charts, seeing if there's any other entries that I can take, but there's nothing at the moment. You have an order placed on the Australian dollar, Japanese yen, in case that pulls back. And no other trades to take right now. Okay, I'll pause the video for now and I'll be back in a little while. See how that one trade's panning out and see if there's any other entries to take. Be back soon. Forgot to mention, if you'd like to find out more about the way that we trade at the Price Action Traders Institute, I've put some links in the description box just below this video. Okay, I'll pause the video for now, be back soon. Okay, back as I'm in a couple more trades now. Euro US dollars just come through an entry point. Taking this long at 31, looking for further upside movement towards that 50 level where I've got my take profit. And the Euro Japanese yen, seen a little spike up on that, got in that at 10. Looking for it to push up through this 20 level, back up through this previous high here, up through 20, and possibly up to 50 where I've got my take profit right now. And still holding that Australian dollar, US dollar trade, seeing that starting to pull into profit right now. Okay, I'll pause again and I'll be back to let you know what's happening in a little while. Okay, so we've got a new candle open. The Euro US dollar stayed just outside the area that I needed it to stick with this. So I'm still holding that trade at the moment. Euro Japanese yen didn't quite clear the area that I was looking at, and I've had to punch out of that, losing 2 pips. I've got a re-entry ready in case price starts to move off on this. It's still looking like there's slight strength on the euros, and Japanese yen was showing a bit of weakness across the board just now. The other 2 trades on the Australian dollars, still holding those. Australian dollar, US dollar, seeing that move into profit, and the Australian dollar, Japanese yen slightly behind, but just slightly in profit there, just below that 20 level. Okay, that's all I'm holding for now, just those 3 trades. Down 2 pips, and I'll pause the video for now and I'll be back with an update for you soon. Okay, back with an update for you. Seeing some early moves this morning before the London Open. It's 7:46 in London right now, and just run through these trades that I've taken, showing you how they're moving. The euro, seeing strength in the euro, Euro US dollar pushing away from that entry point that I got in back here, down around about the 31 mark. Euro Japanese yen, just taking a re-entry on that as price has pushed up through that 20 level. Just quickly mark that in my journal, and I'll put the take profit in around about that 50 level. Australian dollar, US dollar, seeing a nice move up on this now, and the Australian dollar, Japanese yen, nice extension, pushing it through that 20 and holding on the last candle, starting to move up quite nicely. And that's it, holding 4 trades: Euro US dollar, Euro Japanese yen, Australian dollar, Australian yen, and still down just 2 pips. Okay, I'll pause the video for now and I'll be back in a little while to give you an update. Back again, and 1 more trade taken, so I'm fully loaded now, holding 6 trades. US dollar, Canadian dollar, just taking this as it's pushed through an entry point at 34. I had a pending order placed there and it's just come through that. So quick recap: Euro US dollar, taking this, seeing a bit of a pullback on that last candle, starting to take off again now. The Euro Japanese yen, the re-entry I took there, you can see moved back quite a long way. Now seeing it starting to move back up towards that 20 level where I got in. The Australian dollar, US dollar, bit of a pullback on that last candle, starting to move off again in the direction that I've got it in, towards the upside. The Australian dollar, Japanese yen, same with that, pulled back down through that 20. Looking for it to push back through that 20 and up towards that 50 where the take profit is. US dollar, Canadian dollar, that last trade that I've taken this short, looking for further downside movement through this 20 and down towards that 0.0 where my take profit is. And New Zealand dollar, US dollar, seen that pull back through the entry point where I got in, now starting to move up towards that 20 level and looking for this to move up towards that 50. That's it, 6 trades, like I say, fully loaded. I won't be taking any more trades at the moment, and I'll pause the video for now and I'll come back with an update for you soon. Back with an update for you. We're seeing some pullbacks on that last candle, or last few candles really, seeing that price pulling way back across the board, but nothing had changed. As I've just tweeted out, nothing has changed since my original read of the markets at 6:50 London time earlier on. When I first looked at the charts, nothing had changed at all. Every single read during my trade plan was exactly the same, and now we're starting to see those prices pick up again and move back into a favourable direction for me. So the euro US dollar, you can see that's pulling back quite nicely now. Euro Japanese yen, that re-entry starting to pull back into profit and away from that 20 level. Australian dollar US dollar back in the right direction. Australian dollar Japanese yen again starting to break those earlier highs from a few candles back. US dollar Canadian dollar, that's starting to drop down into profit now, looking for it to break that previous day's low, come through this 20 level possibly, and down towards that 0.0. And New Zealand dollar US dollar, seeing that push up towards that 20 there, looking for it to push through that and up towards that 50 where the take profit is at the moment. The time now, it's 8:31 in London, and so 30 minutes into the London Open and starting to see these prices moving back into a favourable direction for me. Okay, I'll pause the video for now and I'll be back in a little while to let you know how things are going. Okay, back with a summary of today's trading. Finished in just around about an hour and a half, something like that. So I'll quickly run through these and show you what I've got. All of these trades I just punched out of, seeing a reasonable profit. So the euro US dollar, took this as it came through an entry point, taking 6 pips on that. Euro Japanese yen, 2 trades I took on this. The first one I punched out of, losing me 2 pips. Just didn't pull out of the area that it needed to on this first trade here. Second trade, got back in this on a re-entry level and took 2 pips on that. So the 2 pip loss I had there, gained that back on that second trade. Australian dollar US dollar, took this long as it came through an entry point, gaining 14 pips on this pair. And the Australian dollar Japanese yen, managing 15 pips on the Australian dollar Japanese yen. US dollar Canadian dollar, small trade there, took an entry as it came through an entry point there. When I punched that was just 2 pips in profit. And the last of the trades, New Zealand dollar US dollar, making 4 pips on that when I punched out. And so a summary of the London session trading ended with plus 41 pips. That's giving me 1.41% profit on my capital. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll be back soon with another video.